안녕하세요. 셰에라자드 유튜브 시청자 여러분. 오늘은 평소 때와는 다르게 좀 더 멋진 배경을 무대로 영상을 촬영하게 됐는데요. 먼 곳에서 아주 특별한 손님을 초대했기 때문이죠. 셰에라자드를 아시는 분들이라면 파이널이라는 브랜드 다들 아실 겁니다. 이번에 셰에라자드 방문 이벤트가 있어가지고 파이널에서 두 분을 모시게 되었는데요. 각자 자기소개 부탁드립니다.
오늘 초대해 주셔서 감사합니다. 저는 야마모토이고
저는 히라이입니다.
만나서 반갑습니다.
만나서 반갑습니다. 귀한 시간 내주셔서 감사하고요. 저는 오늘 진행을 맡게 된 MD 스핑크스라고 합니다. 파이널 D8000을 아주 애정하는 유저이기도 하고요. 셰에라자드 방문 소감은 어땠는지요?
Yes, we are so impressed about the very well organized display and the very beautiful setup, and I believe that all the guests can be relaxed and then spend a very great time and then special moment during stay in this shop. And I believe this shop and overall the quality is one of the best in the world what I visited so far, on the equivalent level as the X-Style store in final store in Japan.
이번 방문을 통해서 전하고자 하는 말씀이 상당히 많은 걸로 알고 있는데요. 어떤 얘기들을 하고 싶은지 설명 부탁드립니다.
Okay. First of all, I'd like to a bit talk about a very unique recent initiative of our company, especially around the achievement. Then Hirai here will talk about a completely different initiative related to the earphones as a hobby, as community. It means I will talk about the philosophy of pursuing achievement, while Hirai will talk about broadening horizons. You could say it the convergence and the divergence.
그럼 야마모토님에 대한 소개부터 시작할까요?
Okay, as you can see that I'm already quite old, but I've only been the final for about 4 years. And Hirai here around 7 years. Then for my case, before I joined the final, so that I worked for the Sony for that around 30 years. I had the opportunity to visit Korea many times, and even I visited here at the 셰에라자드 as a shop here back then. Then I end up joining Final through the series of the connections, and it has been a series of supplies that I've never experienced before. The company's policies, and the culture, and the philosophy, and the people are all fresh and very enjoyable.
상당히 흥미를 불러일으키는 경력을 갖고 계신 것 같습니다. 파이널의 문화와 철학 같은 것은 이번 기회가 아니면 들을 수도 없을 것 같네요. 자세한 추가 설명 부탁드립니다.
Okay, since I tend to talk a lot, today I'll focus on to that our company's philosophy of the sound. First of all, what I want to think is amazing, or rather what may be taken granted, is that in order to reach a high level, we at Final do not overlook what is commonly accepted in the world, but rather doubt it. And even if a challenge seems difficult and it's usually given up and compromised, we, especially our own team, do not give up easily, but rather diligently pursue the fundamental research to solve and overcome the situational problems. In everything we do, so we meticulously reflect the accumulation and the verification of the objective theories, the deduction and the verification of the hypothesis, and demonstrate unique reasoning that is derived from this into our products. Then we place great importance on an extremely academic approach, such as summarizing the results into the papers and presenting them at the academic conferences. It gives for me the impression that products are the fruition of the academic activities rather than purely for the business purposes and then commercial activities.
파이널은 뛰어난 플래그십 모델들을 라인업별로 선보이고 있습니다. A8000, D8000, J8000 있죠. 그 중에서 J8000 시리즈에 대해 리스너들에게 전하고 싶은 얘기가 있을까요?
Alright, realization of the AK sound taught in the Z8000 series was largely achieved by challenging conventional wisdom and really enhancing the accuracy of the acoustic. I mean not the hardware, so mainly the drivers. That this allows us to use the digital signal processing power to the limit and fitting it to the ideal characteristics found through the basic research. It was a major breakthrough that overturned the common sense, normally when adjusting sound of the earphones. For example, to enhance that waterproofness, it is necessary to increase the airtightness of the housing, which in turn increased the characteristic of the low frequency range, resulting in the occurrence of what is called masking effect. So in order to complement this, so adjustment and the tune made such as consciously lifting the high frequency range or using an equalizer to adjust each band. But with this adjustment, the original sound element becomes somewhat unrecognizable, disappear. We went back to that idea of stopping adjustment based on the individual experience or preferences, and ultimately found a way to achieve the very natural and flat characteristic. The key focus this time was on the specializing in the optimal reproduction of the timbre, the tone color. The timbre refers to the all aspects of the human hearing except for the loudness, the pitch, and the perception of the direction of the sound sources. Faithfully and accurately reproducing a timbre is technically very difficult and challenging compared to the other elements. But we believe that we have achieved certain results in this time for the GS1000. However, at the same time, we believe that there's too much more to be done to improve the sound. So we never stopped pursuing the achievement. So actually, basic research on the earphones and headphones has not been done very much compared to the loudspeakers. So there are not many academic papers either, according to our R&D team. It's kind of treasure trove.
8K 사운드에 대한 부연 설명 부탁드려도 될까요?
Okay, until now, the sound design of the earphones has typically referred to the sound generated or propagated from the loudspeakers as a reference. But by truly pursuing a theory that applies directly to the sound coming from the earphones to the eardrums based on the human hearing model, the timbre has become more natural and delicate. The contours disappear, the living fine details, and then very precise nuance came out, and we call this 8K sound, as it offers an unprecedented experience akin to the clarity of the 8K video. I will talk about this further at the event tomorrow. Then rather than asking you, customer, to listen to this and this, that we leave it to the customer to decide where to focus and what they want to listen. We have stopped emphasizing what the manufacturer, the brand wants or target in the sound design, believing that this approach will evoke more or most immersive experience to the customer. So our research is still evolving. And we are pursuing further optimization for the individuals, including our recent experimental services just available in Japan, so-called Jibun Dubbing Head service. So I could talk about this for a long time, but this is the world of convergence. So on the other hand, emphasizing context is not necessarily bad. And then there are also the voice of customer to want to change the sound according to the preference, and according to music, according to the instrument. So we believe this is also the fun world. Hirai will talk about this aspect from the perspective of the divergence.
네, 그럼 다음은 히라이님과 함께 인터뷰를 나눠보도록 하겠습니다. 한국 분들에게는 메이커스 시리즈가 생소할 것 같은데 소개 부탁드립니다.
As a basis for the community site makers, there's an event called the Assembly Earphone Experience. Since the first event was held at Ototen in 2011, it has been held at electronics retailers and headphone stores across the country. Not only domestically, but also overseas in places like Hong Kong and Singapore, with over 5,000 participants to date. Initially, it was conducted as an experience where participants could understand the internal structure of earphones, assemble them with their own hands, and tune them. However, many participants have created their own tuning after assembling them and often brought them afterwards to the final event booth to show us the individual tuning. As a side note, I am now a member of Final, but before I became an employer, I was actually one of the participants in this assembly earphone experience and even brought my creation to the booth. Looking back, I might have wanted some kind of emphasis regarding the tuning. Many participants create their own personalized tuning, and the emphasis of the earphone assembly experience has gradually shifted towards tuning after assembly. In the midst of this, we received numerous requests from people living far away who found it difficult to participate in the earphone assembly experience, asking us to make it into a kit. This led us to start the Make series as a DIY earphone to find your own sound on December 14th, 2017. Through crowdfunding, with the desire to allow more people to experience the fun of tuning their own sound and finding their own unique sound. With support from users, we exceed our goals of 2 million yen by 1,747%, raising approximately 35 million yen, and successfully completed the project. We then started general sales in 2018.
네, 상당히 높은 성과를 이뤄냈네요. 그러면 메이크 시리즈에는 어떤 모델들이 있나요?
We released 3 models: the 3BA Make 1, the Make 2, which was Final's first hybrid model at the time, and the Make 3, which was a single dynamic driver. The Make series has been well received since its initial release, with many people posting their original recipes on Twitter and other platforms, creating a lot of buzz. When we launched the Make series, I, as a staff member, created many tuning recipes myself. However, among the recipes posted by users, there were some that I had never thought of, such as recipes just for listening to a specific bass line in a song comfortably. Each recipe was unique and shining with individuality. Every time I tried them, I could feel the preference and intentions of each person through the recipes. At the time, I thought that even though I wanted someone to emphasize with me, I'm shy around people, so even online, I feel resistance to reaching out of others. However, if there is a common language between me and the other person, the barrier suddenly drops. Personally, even if I have never interacted with someone before, when a post about my favorite artist is made, I suddenly feel closer and want to talk to them. On the other hand, when it comes to my own post, I often hesitate to post because I wonder if there are people around me, such as followers, who likes that artist, or if it is a suitable post for the situation. Furthermore, even if I'm lucky enough to communicate with others through a post, it often flows through the timeline on social media and becomes temporary. Therefore, I sometimes find it difficult to post because I have to time it right to communicate with others again. It can be said both online and offline, but having a common language like Make allows for communication to take place. I feel that we are able to communicate with each other because we share this common language. Initially, I thought that everyone wanted to emphasize with others to some extent, but felt resistance to communicating with others. However, when there is even one common language, I feel that it becomes easier to start a conversation based on that. In Makers, I feel that this has been realized. Moreover, having once communicated by commenting on a post in the community makes face-to-face communication smoother when meeting in real life. Conversely, after introducing ourselves, to someone new in their life. It's nice to see a comment or a post in the community saying, "It was nice to see you at the event the other day." It not only lowers the initial hurdle of communication with stranger, but also makes subsequent communication smoother. This was also something I hoped for when launching Makers, so I am very happy to see it realized over the past year.
상당히 좋은 취지인 것 같습니다. 좋았던 점을 많이 말씀해 주셨는데 어려웠던 점 있었을까요?
With the hope that many people will experience the excitement of Makers, we had made Makers public for anyone to view posts, although it is currently limited to Japan. Makers has been thriving, but as it has grown, there have been times when the association with Final has felt constricting, even within the community. Similarly, while the flagship store, Final Store, attracted audio emphasis, there were limitations as a direct store of Final brand. For example, when we received a request for tuning similar to Unique Melodies Maverick, it was challenging to create something identical due to difference in a driver configuration and the driver themselves. Despite the interesting nature of the approach we considered, many felt hesitate to post on Makers or discuss it at the Final Store due to the brand association with Final. Personally, I believe that crossing brands can lead to more exciting combinations and expand the scope of communication. I wanted everyone to enjoy audio even more and propose within the company to include products from other companies, not just those from Final, to enjoy the change in sound, making it a common language for communication. This led to the decision to launch a new brand independent of Final called Rev.
REV는 리부팅, 그리고 리빌드, 그리고 리본의 의미를 담고 있는 걸로 알고 있습니다. 자세한 설명 부탁드립니다.
We want to start as a new way to enjoy audio based on communication between people, reboot. We want to rebuild into a broad community that includes not only make series, but also products from other brands, rebuild. Furthermore, we aim to transform the Final Store into a place that can fulfill these goals. Reborn. With these aspirations, we chose the name REV as an acronym for each of these words. The concept of REV is to realize the fun for users. Here's fun encompasses the joy of experiencing new products, the excitement of purchasing something new, and the enjoyment of acquiring information about the products, and the pleasure of emphasizing with others, among other elements. This is also based on my personal experience. I play the guitar as a hobby, and when I become interested in a guitar, I tend to gather information thoroughly. Even when watching videos on YouTube, I feel excited. Although I had already decided to buy a guitar, I still ask my friend, "What do you think about this guitar?" I want them to give me that final push. When I go to the store, I may meet a clerk who happens to be a fan of my favorite band, Lunacy, and we end up having a conversation not just about guitars, but also as a fan. I also enjoy being encouraged by my friend to buy the guitar. After purchasing it, I immediately go to the studio with my friends to play, wanting to share this excitement. In some way, I hope that Rev can realize the user's idea of fun through a series of experience.
REV 로고가 상당히 인상적인데 어떤 의미를 담고 있나요?
Here is the logo for Rev. The design features three overlapping triangles to create a single shape. This symbolizes the sense of mutual recognition and acceptance within the makers community, where each individual has their own unique traits, but comes together with others to form a single community. Additionally, Rev represents a desire to challenge various things, not just within the community. Therefore, the logo is not a fixed shape like a circle, but rather signifies that each individual can exhibit their own characteristics and challenge and expand into new areas. Rev aims to realize the fun for users by implementing various initiatives. Some of these are in the planning stages, while others are dreams for the future. The goal is to expand the enjoyment of audios through communication with users. Users believe that anything is possible if it can bring enjoyment to themselves and the users, and they are open to realizing any ideas that can achieve this. As I mentioned at the beginning, the new brand Rev integrates three elements: the community site makers, the final store operated at the final headquarters, and original products. Make 4 is one of the new original products under the Rev brand and DIY concept. I will explain about the details and suppose the actual demonstration at the event tomorrow.
네, 이렇게 야마모토님 그리고 히라이님과 함께 파이널 그리고 RAV에 대한 상세한 얘기를 다뤄봤는데요. 내일 또 행사가 준비되어 있으니까 많은 관심 가져주시고요. 이번 영상은 이걸로 마치도록 하겠습니다. 다 같이 한번 인사 나누도록 하겠습니다. 시청해 주셔서 감사합니다.
감사합니다.
안녕.